Welcome back to our MineColonies Heaven and Hell playthrough, and I think today we're just going to take it nice and easy and just continue some more builds within our Heaven colony here. Since our last episode, we have got ourselves a new builder in just to help with all of the builds around the place, so we now have Elia as our second builder, and she has been helping us put up some more buildings around the place, and I believe at the moment Ava is upgrading her build to tier 2, so that soon she'll also be able to help us with tier 2 builds as well. I'm not quite sure what's happening here, why you're in some glass, but what are you after? Some birch fences. That is because she is currently making our covered bridge just over in our Civic District. Well, that's fine, I can set her up with everything she's going to require there, but first of all, let's go check out what I've done with the Civic District. Which here's the entrance to it here, and we now have this gate up to its maximum level of tier 2, and we have this red concrete in, just as its overall foundation. And as you can see as well, I spent a bit more time just flushing out the decorations for this little street too, and I think it looks a lot better now. We have finally got this roof working a bit better for us. But yes, I think the beginning of our Civic District here is actually looking not too bad now. So what we're going to continue doing today is just continuing building our Civic District, which you can see I've placed in a lot of other guard towers, and we have expanded out our colony's boundary, so we should be absolutely fine continuing building out this way. And what I'm stood on at the moment is the covered bridge that Elia is making for us, so once I get her some more materials she will finish it, and then we will continue the bridge expansion just across this little chasm until we get to the other side. Then we can start properly building out this whole area. Well, I've just finished upgrading the builder's hut over there to tier 2, so we now have 2 tier 2 builders on hand, which is perfect because now we're going to get a lot more built here. And even better because I don't think Ava has any more build orders at the moment, which is grand because I think it's finally time that we place down this forester's hut, which we are going to place just on the opposite side of the mountain, just here in our agricultural district, which you might be able to see that we have made some further improvements to it and have got it a bit more decorated. With this straight pathway leading right up to this guards tower, which has a tunnel through it, but this will take us right underneath the mountainside, just to the opposite side, where we have another guards tower, which will let you pass under there as well, but that has pushed our boundary quite far this direction as well, which has given us enough room to place down this new forester hut. So here's what a tier 5 Asian style lumberjack looks like. It's not a massive build, in fact it's actually quite a small build. So we will just find it a home around here, which will be good because then it means that I won't need to strip any more wood for our builders, seeing as the lumberjack will take care of that for us. But I think that's an okay place for one, so let's go ahead with it, and we will get Ava to come straight out here and start constructing it for us. So in order for us to get a sawmill build so that they take care of all of our wooden items for us, I am going to require a forester hut at level 3, or at least a couple of forester huts totaling level 3. And at the moment we can only make tier 2 items, so I'm going to build 2 forester huts, and that way we will at least have 2 of them having a combined level of level 3. So I'll go ahead and place this building here as well, and I think we will get Elia coming out and building this, so we've got the 2 of them at least doing something for us. Although whenever we get the buildings up, I will need to come around and plant a lot more than just spruce logs. We will need a lot of oak trees around here as well, seeing as that's what our builds are primarily made out of. But that's alright, because our foresters will be able to do that for us. Ava, I am going to very quickly help you here, seeing as I can do a much faster job than you can. Well, not with that one. And there you go, Ava, that's one giant mess cleared up for you, so hopefully we will get this forester hut up ASAP. Just as it starts to turn to night here, I am reminded that I will need to go around our colony and start putting some lights in at some point, just to keep the nasty buggers at bay. Damn, I really like this area now. Right then, Elia, let's get you all set up here so we can make this bridge then. Birch items, that's fine. We always have an abundance of wood around here, so getting these resources are never too much of an issue. Elia is now 100% supplied for this bridge, so I'll let her continue on with it. And Ava is 51% supplied at the moment, but is going to have everything come from the warehouse to her. So I don't need to bother my arse at all there to help her with that. So instead I'm just going to follow Elia here to this bridge and just see if I can maybe start putting in the next section for it. Which is going to look something like that whenever it's upgraded to its maximum level. And I will need to extend some of the foundations downwards, but it doesn't look too bad there. So let's go ahead with it. And it's all fine. I reckon we might need another middle piece followed by another end piece just to get across this little chasm here, but we'll see. I have ideas of grandeur to maybe flood this area as well, just to put a lot more water inside it, but we will see how difficult that might be. It could look nice, but might not be worth the effort. Well, that's the covered bridge end now done, and it's just at tier 1, so it will need upgraded again. But it's looking not too bad. Hopefully though, Elia will move on to do the other forester's hut, just so we can go look at this Sawmill Research. Because if we are now starting to get double the amount of buildings placed down here, I really don't want to have to bother my arse actually making them anything wooden. I would rather the Sawmill do that for us. And she's picked up the job of the Lumberjack. Well, I'll head straight over there just to help her clear out that area. But just before I do want to show you our potential subway system, which is still coming along pretty nicely. As you can see, we now have some ladders so that whenever they get the research to use rails, they can come in and out of this area nice and easy, and just get around the place a bit easier as well. Well, there you go, Elia. That is this area now prepared for you, so you get to building then. And that's Ava just finished our forester's hut here, so I'm coming into it and we will upgrade this to tier 2 immediately once I find where the building block is. And we will get Ava doing this to tier 2 and looking down the resources for it. It's pretty simple. So we'll upgrade the Lumberjack to tier 2 as well then. I get the feeling that Ava will be away to make the bridge part next, but that's okay, she can come back and do this. Elia has actually started here on the Lumberjack, and that's alright as well. I am just placing in some housing for the Lumberjacks whenever we get them up and working, which I'm getting Elia to do all of this stuff for us. Again, just some more experience. Elia has everything she's going to require for the Lumberjack, so she should get on with that. Ava has moved on to do the covered bridge middle part, and there's everything just populated, which, that's okay, let's go assist her with that. Well, Ava clearly has everything that she's going to require to start this bridge, so I can once again come to it and just place down another section, and I think another middle piece will be in order here, followed by another end piece. Okay, it's going to be a fairly straightforward bridge, but that's exactly what we like here. Well, with both of the builders busy at work, I think I will busy myself just with some more decorations. In particular with these Kongming decorations, which I think are some form of lantern. And I believe they're supposed to be some kind of floating lantern, so maybe just having a few of them scattered around in the air might not look too bad. Let's go ahead with this one then, and we can maybe just scatter a few of them just in other areas of our colony as well, just to keep some lighting up. And we also have these little lampposts here, which also don't look too bad. That is Elia finished with her Lumberjack build. So I think I will also go around and start placing in some of these as well. Again, just for some more lighting. So I'm going to very quickly head back through and upgrade that forester as well. So then at least eventually we will have a combined level of 3 for our foresters. Speaking of forester actually, we have a new one here. Kiria. Okay then, what are you after? You just simply want an axe. That's absolutely fine, I can make you that very quickly. Because soon, I won't need to make you any form of axe at all. We will have a sawmill operator up and they will make you some axes. And even better actually, she is making a stripped oak wood for me. So that's another job that I no longer need to do. Perfect. I'm wondering if we should now look into these minimum stocks for these builds. So for our forester in particular, maybe having some form of sapling might not be a bad idea. So we selected the oak saplings and stacks. I'm assuming that means up to 64. So if you can always have one stack of 64 oak saplings, I think that'll be fine. Take some birch, spruce. Oh, do I need to select one and go ahead with it? Yes, and then I come in and do the same for the others. And it is a stack of 64 items that they're getting here. But that's absolutely fine. That will clear some space in our warehouse as well. And I don't think I can add any more stock at the moment, so that's plenty of trees to begin with, and hopefully our delivery people will deliver that to you, and then you can go out and actually start planting some of these trees for us. But you are doing a good job here on the stripped oak log front, just a few more to go. Perfect. And that looks like the middle piece of the bridge just finished there actually. Okay, perfect. So hopefully Ava will then pick up the upgrade to her Lumberjack, but if not, she can come and do the other middle piece, and then we can finish this bridge off. Admittedly, it does look a little bit silly just floating in the air at the moment, but until we upgrade it to higher tiers, I really don't feel as if there's much need to actually do anything with it. And that's even better news actually, so Ava has moved on to do our Lumberjack tier 2, which all of the items that she requires for it are really simple to do. Perfect, we'll have that up and running ASAP. So in the meantime, I think I'm going to come back to a Lumberjack and just plant in a few different trees, just so that we don't only have spruce in our warehouse. And you just take the rest of these saplings then, and that will go towards your minimum stock. Oh good, you're also getting eggs. Elia is hard at work here building up our citizen's house for our Lumberjack. I probably should have helped you clear out this area. But you know, she has everything she's going to require for this build, so that's okay. She will get this done as soon as she possibly can. Well, even quicker than that actually, seeing as I will actually help with this. Ava was given everything she requires for her Lumberjack at tier 2 and is already making some progress on it, so this will hopefully be done ASAP as well. Which yes, we are definitely making some good progress in here. Just swapping all of the oak stuff out for some birch at the moment, and have some nice white flammable wool right beside an open campfire. Perfect. And I think Ava has more or less finished off her Lumberjack at tier 2. We are probably just putting in the last torches. In fact, it's just about to flag off any second now. Yep. Okay, grand. So that should be at least level 3 combined with our 2 Lumberjack huts. So let's go check on the Sawmill Research then, which is this research here for woodwork, and we are going to require 64 oak planks for it. And that's easy enough done, so let's get that research then. So in 30 minutes time, we will unlock our sawmill building. And the recipe for the sawmill building is very simple: 3 wooden axes and some planks. So let's make one of these builds and go find it a home, which I'm going to place down here in our quarry/industry district, which I think, as it's going to be close to our warehouse, that might not be a bad call. But this is the building here at tier 5, and yes, it's going to take up quite a bit of real estate, more in its length than its width certainly. So I'm going to place it just beside whatever this build is here to the side. Let me just position this first, then we'll find out what that is. That looks alright, so we'll go ahead with that placement then, and whenever we unlock the research for it, we will come back and actually build the building. What is this here? This is our smeltery build, which I do remember was another research we had to unlock in our university, but that required a mine at level 2. So I don't know if we've got that. Can we build this? Ava, you can build it. Oh, okay, we must already have gotten that research. Well, that's fine, she can come make a smeltery for us. And that smeltery build will take the ores from our mine, smelt them down into some bars and ingots for us, with the potential chance of making more bars from the ores whenever it's upgraded. Elia has nearly finished off her citizen housing just over at her Lumberjack, and Ava is currently doing our other covered bridge section. I'm happy letting the both of them continue on with those builds, and we are still waiting on our research being completed for the sawmill. So at the moment actually, I don't really have much to do, so I may as well then show off what I've been getting up to down here in Hell then. I'm still trying to combat the mob spawns here in Hell just by placing down some different items. This idea is placing down a lot of half-bottom slabs, which is supposed to stop them from spawning in, but I don't know if it's going to work or not. There's still some more grass that I need to remove, but the sheep are enjoying them, so I'm in no real rush to do that. But apart from the mob spawning, things are actually going pretty well down here in Hell. A lot of our builds are now up to tier 2, and we have made some progress just kind of flushing out the overall areas. I believe this building here is our hospital, and it also might be tier 2. Natasha is in it. I wonder if you're building this at the moment. No, our hospital is at tier 2, so maybe Natasha is just sick actually. And we have a doctor. We have some more pathways just leading down to other areas of this colony, and some more housing around the place as well. So we are flushing things out here very slowly. Progress can be slow at times just with all of the builder deaths that we have, but we know that already. Our forester down here is already at tier 2, and he is doing a good job for us whenever he works. I am trying a new idea out where I'm placing down these warp stems in some specific areas, and we will see if they regrow there or not. Unfortunately, I don't think our Lumberjack can actually replant these nether trees. It's something that will either have to spawn in naturally, or something that I'll need to do for them. But yes, some more housing, some more delivery huts. Things are actually looking not too bad down here. Don't get me wrong, we still have quite a while to go before things actually get up and working correctly here. I think the farm may have just been upgraded to tier 2, I'm not quite sure. But things are certainly starting to make some progress down here. We even have a new area just up beside our university with some more housing builds and another guards tower. Just again, anything that we can place down just to expand out this colony a little bit. Seeing as real estate is incredibly tight as is, but we are getting there eventually with things. But with the rate that Hell is expanding here and progressing, I reckon at tier 3 is on our cards really soon actually. And whenever we get things up to tier 3, that's whenever the colonies really start taking off. But just before I leave Hell, I'm going to show you what they have been up to with our mine, which we do have a miner down here at the moment. We have Nash, and I've made him this little netherrack platform here. But, yep, this is what they've been getting up to down here. Absolutely nothing. But we will need to upgrade it eventually, just so we can get some other builds, such as our smeltery, alongside a blacksmith. But that's a short tour of Hell for you. It's all still exciting down here, but far too stressful for what I want to do, so let's go back to heaven. And Ava has moved on to do our smeltery, so I hope that means she's finished off our other bridge piece, which she has by the looks of it, so we'll get the other end piece put down, and that's us got a bridge from one part of our Civic District over to potentially our second half, which we will place just right at the end here, and that will finish off our little bridge here. And Elia has finished off our other citizen's house here, so we can upgrade this to tier 2 as well, and she must be currently working on our other one just across the way, which I can see her just on top of our other forester hut at the moment, clearing out this area, which, you know the score from here. But this has been a fairly stress-free, fairly productive day for me. I am very happy with all the builds that we have gotten done here in Heaven at the moment. Things are coming along really smoothly, and that's just what we need. We will get the research to unlock our sawmill at some point, and that's just going to help us out even further here, because the sawmill will then be able to start taking over all of the wood requirements that they have, which means I need to do even less. Which is the overall goal for MineColonies after all, making them more self-sufficient so that you don't need to bother your arse. So thank you very much for watching today's episode of MineColonies Heaven and Hell, and if you have enjoyed this episode, then why not give the video a like and subscribe to our channel as well, just to keep up to date with our progress here. But thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now everyone, bye bye.